0-2 pitch. This one put right past the third baseman Harris. It's another single for Tyler Hollick. Bases clearing, 2 RBI triple for Sam Eberly, and the Volcanoes tack on another 2 runs. They lead it 4-1. Taking a delivery from Kurash. There's the curveball, and that was an extremely late swing. He was fooled all the way.
Welcome into episode 5 here at Volcanoes TV inside the TuneIn Radio broadcast booth. I'm Voice of Volcanoes Rob Schreier with Dustin Daniel alongside. Volcanoes dropped the first series of the 2013 Northwest League second half to Hillsboro, 2-1, including a final score this evening, 1-0 Hillsboro. We'll recap this series, which the Hops won behind really good pitching. We'll also look at the 9 Northwest League All-Stars for the Salem-Keizer Volcanoes. Congrats to you, the fans, and for the players for not only getting the right guys in, but getting some really good ball players in to represent the Northwest League South Division, that Northwest League All-Star game coming up on August the 6th. And we'll also recap the Tri-City Series coming up, where the Dust Devils invade for the second time. The Volcanoes will see the Dust Devils for 10 games in 13 days. But to recap this Hillsboro series, that was sort of an epitome from tonight's game. Really good pitching on both sides. Chris Johnson, probably his third time last 4 games where he doesn't get a decision or one that is not in his favor, but a really good outing from Ross Gerdeman, 7 2/3 inning, and the Volcanoes do not get it done tonight, 1-0. They drop it in the 9th inning. An RBI single from Cesar Carrasco to score Yogi Perez Ramos in the 9th inning, and the Volcanoes lead 5 on base the last 2 innings, and they drop this one to Hillsboro 1-0.
Chris Johnson, another solid performance here. 6 shutout innings, only gives up 3 hits there. 2 of those coming in the first inning, including a Yogi Perez Ramos double, and those Yogi doubles ended up being the key for the Hops tonight, as he pulls out another double in the 9th inning and turned out to be the lone run of the game. Chris Johnson and company throwing great baseball here, but just came up short as the offense really not producing tonight.
So the Hillsboro Hops took game 1 of this series to start the second half. They won it 9-6 behind 13 hits. But last night, the Volcanoes got the middle game 4-1. Quality outing by Pat Young, the newest of the Volcanoes rotation, the 13th rounder out of Villanova. The first shutout start for the Volcanoes in more than a week. Last time that happened was last Wednesday against Eugene. But Pat Young, 3 1/3 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball. Nice effort by the bullpen. You look at Jake Smith, Stephen Neff, Jake Shadle, and Raimundo Montero combined for only 1 run off of the 5 guys there, 6 hits. Salem-Keizer, meanwhile, they score 3 runs late, 2 in the bottom of the 7th, and 1 in the home half, the 8th to win 4-1. And last night, we've actually seen a transformation of Brian Regira, the 4th rounder out of Stanford. He was normally for the Stanford Cardinal, also for the Volcanoes. He's a first baseman, but now in left field, and that's going to be an interesting dichotomy as you look now. The first base spot could open for guys like Sam Eberly, and now there could be some outfield competition with the regular left fielder, Shiloh McCall. So we'll see how that goes forward. But Brian Regira was the offensive hero for the Volcanoes in Game 2.
Three's a crowd over at first base right now, is with the addition of Blake Miller, a graduate of South Salem High School, to the team. We have 3 very quality first basemen for the Volcanoes. That's Blake Miller, Sam Eberly, and Brian Regira. So Regira really playing left field out of necessity now, because Shiloh McCall really getting the lion's share of the games out in left field before the last 2, as Brian Regira has filled in well, had some great defense and some great offense as well. He's just coming off of a nice 8-game hitting streak, and he's playing very well both sides of the ball for the Volcanoes.
Let's look now at the 9 Northwest League All-Stars for the Salem-Keizer Volcanoes, and thank you to the fans for voting and making this happen, because we got the homeboys in there 9 times. In the pitching staff, 2 starters, Chris Johnson and Drew Leanhouse, will be the 2 out of the rotation, as Andrew Leanhouse 5-1 with a sub-2.5 ERA. Chris Johnson, we've talked about, excellent numbers, 51 strikeouts and only 5 walks on the season. Relievers will be represented by Raimundo Montero with 7 saves, and Jake Smith, awesome average against right-handers, only 3 hits he's allowed against righties this year. Behind home plate, Gino Escalante hitting .450 in the month of July on a 9-game hitting streak. Escalante gets the nod behind the dish, and along with 4 others on offense, Brandon Bednar, the utility infielder, draft pick out of Florida Gulf Coast, will get in there. Sam Eberly, of course, with the doubles, the triples, the home runs, and the extra base hits and the RBIs for Sam. And Jeremy Sy also gets in there. Had a late break in the back end of July to get in there as one of the 3 in the infield. And the one in the outfield, Tyler Hollick, who's been in that top 10 batting average race all season long. Tyler makes it in there, but the 9 Northwest League All-Stars for Salem-Keizer is the best represented team in all of the 8 teams in Northwest League. So hats off again to the fans and for these 9 to make it in.
You know, and there's a reason why all 9 of these guys are making it. As far as pitching, you have Jake Smith, the reliever, who leads the entire Northwest League as far as relievers are concerned in opponent's batting average, with righties hitting below 100 against him. He's been fantastic on the hill in relief. Raymundo Montero for a while there was leading the Northwest League in saves, and Chris Johnson and Drew Leanhouse, 2 of the best ERAs in the entire league. There's a reason why they're all there. And the left side of the infield, as we talked about, Sam Everly and Jeremy Sy are going to be getting the starts. It's going to be a good All-Star game.
So looking ahead to the Volcanoes slate, they're back in cross-divisional games. It's actually the next 3 series, 5 games each, where the Volcanoes will host Tri-City, then on the road for Spokane, All-Star break, and then hosting the Everett Aqua Sox. The Volcanoes are going to have to do better than they were in the first half of the season, 8-12 against teams up north, and will start against a team we just wrapped up with, the Tri-City Dust Devils, who took 4 of 5 from Salem-Keizer up in Pasco. So the Volcanoes are going to get another good share of really solid pitching, where they struggled against Tri-City and indeed got no hit for the first time in franchise history. So the Tri-City Dust Devils invade Volcano Stadium Friday through next week, and the Volcanoes will have to get on top of that pitching in order to get some wins against the Dust Devils.
Dust Devils coming into tonight were 20-20, but don't let that record fool you. This is a very good ball team and one that could win the second half in the North Division of the Northwest League. They have some great pitching and their offense is really coming alive. Now Julian Yan, back in that series with the Volcanoes, goes for a couple triples, a home run, and led that Dust Devil offense. We're going to have our hands full here in the next 5 games.
So congrats to the 9 Northwest League All-Stars for the Volcanoes, the best represented team in this Northwest League. We'll check in here in a few days' time on Volcanoes TV for episode 6. But for now, for Dustin Daniel, I'm voice of the Volcanoes, Rob Schreier, and for Josh Hauser behind the camera, this has been Volcanoes TV.
Just the one more I don't know.